conversations with our queens from across the world. They are entertaining, educating with tons of passion. Welcome to the show, Queens Forever. Hello to all the lovely people. Truly delighted to welcome each and every one of you to the most incredible show. And it's you people who made it incredible. Welcome to Queens Forever, where we take you all across the world to meet our beauty queens along with their wondrous journeys. They inspire us, motivate us, and make this world a better place to live in. As they always say, beauty isn't about just having a pretty face. It's about having a pretty mind, a pretty heart, and a pretty soul. A beautiful, lovely soul is here with us. It's time for us to welcome the very renowned model, singer, MC, dancer, actress, and our very own gorgeous Miss South Asia International. May we please welcome the very amazing and talented Manjari Parikh. A very, very warm welcome to you, Manjari. How are you doing today?
Hi, namaste, Simran, and to all of our viewers. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. You are such an amazing sweetheart, and I am so honored to be doing this interview with such an iconic queen like yourself.
It's absolutely an honor. Thank you so much. A humble thanks to River Comics for making everyone's lives colorful. Thank you very much to V International and all of you are watching us here on IndusTV. Manjari, tell us about the beauteous journey right from winning the title of Miss Teen New York to several titles you've been the recipient of and being crowned Miss South Asia International.
I would love to share my journey with you. You know, it's been an incredibly challenging and amazing journey where I have learned, I have grown all on my own with the support of all of my family, with my mother, and just seeing my journey looking back from, I think it's been almost, I would say, 7 years since I started modeling, since I started doing pageants. I had won Miss Teen New York at the age of 15. And here I am today. I'm 22 and I'm Miss South Asia International, the current reigning of this year. And it has been such an amazing journey.
When did you first imagine yourself as a beauty queen? How young were you? And what really gave you that tick that, yes, you want to be a part of a beauty pageant? Tell us about your childhood. How did it all start?
Well, growing up from when I was very young, my first and my true love was dance. So being on stage, I felt as if I was spreading joy and happiness and love through the audience. And just being on stage set this fire inside of me that I loved. And I wanted to carry that forward and be able to spread that love and joy. So all the young women, so all the young girls out there who may be not having that opportunity to be on stage, because you know we live in this century. However, there are girls all over the world who are yet constrained and restricted from doing the things that they love. And I think being on stage really just set that role, set that example of girls being able to do what they want and achieving all their dreams and goals. So I started modeling and I loved being in front of the camera and being on stage, being in front of the camera, being in front of a huge audience just really feels like home to me.
It's so amazing to meet someone, who's also a dancer, an actress, an MC, a singer, and of course, a beauty queen. How do you really fit in all the endeavors, including your studies? Tell people about how do you balance your life?
Well, this balance is, I can only thank my mother because she has truly pushed me to achieve all my goals. And with that being said, I have been able to study. I'm currently in nursing school and I just finished my undergrad. And at the same time, doing these events where I'm dancing, and I'm also a spokesperson for domestic abuse awareness. And doing all of these things just really bring me joy. And I really believe in making time for the people you love, for the things you love. And these are things that I truly, truly believe in. And I want to spread that joy.
Thank you, Manjari. I truly can see all that glow in your eyes. for spreading joy and happiness across the world. But what is that one thing which gives Manjari the joy besides being on the stage and making people happy?
Well, being with my family. Like I said, my mother is my biggest supporter, my biggest role model, and just seeing the joy in her eyes when I'm happy and when I'm with her. My mother was my first dance teacher, actually, since I was 4 years old. So just being around her makes me so happy, and looking up to her and the things that she has accomplished all on her own as a single mother just makes me so happy.
It's a happy world out there. Do you all think so? But they have equal amount of challenges. It's only about how you overcome those challenges and become successful. Knowing more about the beauteous journey of Manjari Parikh, but right after this super short commercial break. We'll see you guys soon, right away, very soon. You're watching us on IndusTV, the wondrous journey of my dear friend and a lovely soul, Manjari. Manjari, how important is it to be soulfully connected to your audiences, especially when you're a part of the pageant? As we always say, it's that factor which really differentiates you from the others. How much do you think is very important for all of us to be soulfully connected?
Well, Simran, that's a great question. And I think it's very important to be the best version of you. So when you're soulfully connected to your own self within yourself, you can immediately connect with the audience and connect with the judges. So I always tell myself before I get on that stage at a pageant or even on a regular event where I'm performing to be the best version that I can of myself. And that is what will set me apart from everybody else.
What is the challenge you faced when you entered the world of beauty pageants at 15, winning the Miss Teen New York? And of course, the challenges that you faced at Miss South Asia International? Or is it that you surpassed all the challenges and you were this confident girl out there, who knew what she's doing? Tell us more about your challenges.
Well, of course, every confident girl has her challenges, like you said, and obstacles that come your way. And as you said, Simran, earlier, it's about how you overcome your obstacles and challenges. So, a funny story actually, the night before the pageant, we were at pageant rehearsals. We were in our big heels walking down the runway, and I sprained my ankle. And there was a physical therapist who was on site, and she told me, she looked at me, she felt my foot, and she's like, "You have a first-degree sprain." And my talent for this pageant was dancing. So that obviously was a very big obstacle for me. The next day, I was in hair and makeup right before the pageant started, icing my foot. And then I ended up doing my talent round still, and I faked it till I made it. I faked like I was okay, like I was in no pain. And you know what, Simran, in that moment, I didn't feel a single ounce of pain because I was so happy to be on stage. And then I ended up winning Best Talent for this pageant.
This is phenomenal. How does this happen? And then what happened after your performance, after the talent round? Were you back in pain again? And did you realize, oh my God, yeah, I'm actually going through a lot of pain, but how did that happen? It's a miracle.
Yeah, you know something, actually, I just still didn't feel the pain, but my mom was so worried. She ran out, she got me ice, and she came back. And I think that my pain was transferred to her. Like she was taking all of my pain from me and doing it herself and going through it. And I just had to keep a smile on my face to make sure my mom's okay and I'm okay and I'm gonna make it through the pageant and everything's gonna be okay. You have to keep that positive mentality at all times, and the show must go on.
Somehow I feel, Manjari, it becomes a way of life, the way you live, the way you eat, the way you talk, the way you present yourself. But tell us about how do you actually prepare before a beauty pageant, and how long is it? 6 months to a year that you start preparing yourself for a pageant?
Well, a year before the pageant, I think it's very important to find your purpose, because a lot of times girls think that a beauty pageant is all just about the exterior, the glamour, but really you have to find your purpose about why you want to be the next beauty queen and why you want to represent your state, your country, and what makes you feel prideful to do this. And so, right before the pageant, up until a year ago, I tried to mentally condition myself, find my purpose, which I had within me even before the pageant came along, which was to raise awareness for domestic abuse victims and also raise awareness for women empowerment. And I think that really helped me when it came to being at the pageant itself, as well as, of course, the physical training that comes behind it. I'm a vegetarian, but I also cut out all carbs and I was working out just to prepare for this pageant. And it all paid off.
That's amazing. Oh my God. What's amazing, everything, that you love, you really have to give up on a lot of your favorite foods, your discipline. You got to be very, very disciplined, and your lifestyle completely changes altogether. How happy are you giving up on everything that you love to do, and the fact that you have to stop partying with your friends, and if not partying, at least stop dining with your girlfriends. So how happy are you giving up on all that for the crown?
Well, it was all worth it. The moment that I was crowned on that stage, the first thing I told myself was, we made it. We accomplished this. And actually, that same night, even though I had cut out carbs for a year, right after the pageant, the first thing I did was sit down with my fellow contestants in a big circle and eat some pizza.
Amazing. What has been your favorite storybook since childhood, Manjari?
I think my favorite stories are the ones that my grandmother used to tell me about Lord Krishna. And this is something that's a very big part of my culture, being from the South Asian heritage, being an Indian. I'm a Hindu and I'm actually a Vaishnav Hindu. So hearing these stories about Lord Krishna really taught me discipline, taught me determination, taught me how to overcome obstacles. And every time I was sad or I was crying when I was little, my grandma told me these stories, and it taught me to just keep moving forward and keep that positive mentality of confidence.
Keep moving forward is the message we're going to take from Manjari here. And Manjari, we have something very interesting for you. and for all the people all across. All you have to do is download the very, very amazing app that is River Comics and make your life colorful. We always talk about the rich tradition and heritage, and of course, something that we really learned growing up, which really makes us that complete, beautiful human being. Let me tell you that River Comics really brings families together and makes our lives colorful. So I'm truly thankful to be International and IndusTV for this show, Queens Forever. See you guys after this very short commercial break.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for We International Founder, President, Chairman, Mr. Bharat Goradia, Bollywood star. Mr. Bharat Goradia with legendary singers from Indian music industry. He believes in spreading smiles over everyone's faces. Sports champion. The Dada Saheb Phalke Award and Bharat Gaurav Pride of India Award winner Mr. Bharat Goradia has been innumerably awarded across the globe for his outstanding work in the field of promoting Indian arts and culture all over the world.
Our lovely queen is here, and as she said, it's more than just a pretty face. We spoke about the pretty mind and, of course, the pretty heart and a pretty soul. And that's Manjari all about. Manjari, some important tips to be given to girls who really want to get into the beauty pageant at a teenage, because you're the one who won one of the best states beauty pageant, that's Miss Teen New York. What advice would you like to give all of them who really want to really work on themselves and win the crown?
Well, I would think that the three questions they need to ask themselves is who, what, and why. Who do you want to be? As your international queen or your state queen, who is that for you? What does that mean to you? What are you going to do with that title? What's your purpose? And why? Why should you be the next queen? And once you answer those questions for yourselves, that's going to gain such a new confidence and bring you to that light of being aware of oneself. And that's how you're going to be confident when you step on that stage at the pageant.
I'm talking of the most precious moments which you're going to recollect and feel nostalgic about right now. So just close your eyes and imagine the moment when you were announced as Miss South Asia International. How did it feel on stage?
Oh my goodness, Simran, I will love to share that with you. I was on that stage and me and the next contestant were holding hands, and this girl and I had become so close over the past few days. So we're both standing there and we are so confident within each other and ourselves because queens support queens. At that moment, it could have been anyone. It could have been her. She was beautiful and amazing. And as soon as they announced my name, I remember looking into the audience and I just screamed and I looked at my mom and her eyes were flooding with tears. And I remember Pooja Batra, the amazing actress, an amazing role model of mine. She came behind me and she put this crown on my head. And that's when I felt like all my dreams have come true, because this was the first international pageant that I had won. And it was such an honor to represent South Asia. Being an Indian American, born in America, raised here, it felt like such an amazing, prideful moment.
Very well explained. We actually felt a little bit of goosebumps as well. So which was that question which won you the crown? Do you recollect the last question which won you the crown in the Q&A round? What was that question asked? What did you answer?
That is one question I will never forget, Simran, because it caught me so off guard, because It was just such a funny story. I was on stage and we were in top 5, and I was the first person to get the question during that final question and answer round. The question I had gotten was, what are 5 traits that you would look for in a man? At this point in my life, I'm very young, I'm studying, I'm in school, and I'm working on my own self. So I'm not really looking for a partner right now. And I was very honest. And that's one thing that I learned also. Honesty gets you a long way because they want to see the authentic self. They don't want to see this fake version of you. So I was very honest and I said, I'm working on myself. I'm not looking for anything in a man right now. However, the one thing I would look for is respect because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a domestic abuse awareness spokesperson. So, the one thing that I would expect from a man is respect, respect, and more respect. And that was my answer.
Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely worth winning applauses. And more than that, the utmost precious crown. Thank you, Manjari. That's been such an interesting conversation with you. I'm going to come to my very important round because I have a list of questions to ask you. You inspire the masses and you really motivate everyone across the world. So I'm going to ask you a few additional questions as well for a rapid fire round.
Oh, this is going to be
What's
so
the
much
big name?
fun.
Thank you, sweetheart. What's the big name? Share with us your most memorable moment at the pageant.
Holding hands with all the contestants backstage before the winners were announced. There was just this aura of spirituality and positivity and the excitement behind stage. It was the best moment.
Your favorite subtitle at a beauty pageant?
Best talent, because I love dance.
Because you win it always. You have it in you. That's so amazing. Your favorite cake flavor?
Chocolate.
Who inspires you and who do you admire?
Manushi Chiller, because she loves her mom. I love my mom. She's in the medical field. I'm in the medical field.
Which is your favorite day of the week?
Sunday, because we look forward to Monday, a new week.
2 things on your bucket list.
Go skydiving and perform in every country across the world.
Interesting. I think I'll really give you kudos for that. Yeah, we look forward to you going all across the world and going to different places because you already have friends all across the world. What are you at most proud of?
The crowning moment where I was on that stage and I won Miss South Asia International.
Your favorite food you give up upon before a beauty pageant?
Italian food.
Your favorite color for the swimwear round and the evening wear round?
Red all the way.
Share with us the moment. You've already shared with us a beautiful moment, which probably was very tough and hard for you about wearing your stilettos. But tell everyone, how comfortable do you feel in a stiletto and how do you train your mind that you are comfortable in your stilettos for long hours?
Well, I feel the most confident in heels because it makes you taller, it makes you stand taller, it makes you feel confident. So just have that mentality of, I'm going to be okay.
Very interesting. I must say, yes, we all have different stories of wearing stilettos, but you seem to be so amazing, and so relaxed. I must tell you, how is it that you train your mind before a pageant besides the physical activity that you do?
I mentally condition myself to remember my purpose and of why I'm at the pageant, which is to achieve my goals and represent my country.
The first queen who inspired you to take up this beauteous journey of beauty pageants?
The first person to inspire me was my mother.
So amazing. What a beautiful answer. And I think there can't be a better answer than your mom because she's been always an inspiration for you. And, I must ask you something. As they always say, we started our show with not just, a pretty face, but a pretty mind, a pretty heart, and pretty soul. What is your comment on that?
I definitely agree. A lot of times, beauty is remarked as something that's just exterior, but I think the real beauty lies within yourself when you're an amazing person to others, when you're kind, when you spread love, when you spread joy, and when you have a purpose that helps others. And that's truly what beauty is all about.
We believe in beauty with a cause. How important do you think are those activities that you do to make this world a better place to live in?
I think it's very essential in terms of being a beauty pageant title holder where it comes with these responsibilities. So I was lucky enough to be a spokesperson and speak at events with amazing, beautiful women in the audience who have listened to me and listened to all the awareness that I have spread. And actually, thanks to Mr. Bharat Goradia, I had this opportunity in Bombay to perform at a Lions Club charity event where we worked with specially abled children. And I had the opportunity and the pleasure to perform live dancing with these children. And just seeing the happiness in their eyes was an extraordinary feeling.
They say once a queen, always a queen. What is your take on this?
Once a queen means you won your title. Always a queen means you remember why you won the title and you carry that purpose moving forward.
That's a super answer. Manjari, as we said, you have fans all across the world, but you also have your well-wishers who are here to wish you well as ask you a very, very amazing question. It's time for us to welcome our Bollywood's #1 promoter of art and culture in the United States and also the international cultural ambassador who spreads love all across the world. May we please welcome Mr. Bharat Goradia ji.
Wow, how exciting. Hello, Mr. Bharat Goradia, the international superstar. What an honor to be on this show with you.
Thank you so very much, Manjari. And it's always my pleasure to be with you and Simran. Both of you are exceptionally talented, multi-talented babies or personalities or title holders. So it's always my pleasure. Anyway, on behalf of River Comics, our sponsor, We International, and IndusTV, it is my great, great pleasure and honor to welcome you on one of the finest talk show called Queens Forever. A very hearty welcome to you, Manjari.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much, River Comics. Thank you so much, IndusTV. And of course, Mr. Bharat Goradia from V International, who has been my striving factor in my journey of all my beauty pageants and all of my accomplishments. And of course, Simran, this beautiful queen ahead of me. And if we're queens, the supreme king is Bharat Goradia ji. So I'm so excited to hear what you have to say.
Thank you so very much. I just have to ask you a simple question. If given the opportunity to go on a date with any of the Bollywood, Hollywood, or any other celebrities, whom will you go and where will you go?
Well, thanks to you, Bharat ji, I've had the amazing opportunity to travel all across the states and perform alongside such amazing celebrities, you being the biggest one. I think that who I would pick to go out with would definitely be Mr. Vivek Oberoi, because he is an on-screen superstar, but off-screen, he is a philanthropist, and he has done so much charity work. I would love to grow and learn from him. And thanks to you, I've had the opportunity to actually see him live, share the stage, and hear about his charity work in person, which was an amazing opportunity.
Thank you so very much. What a wonderful answer, Manjari. We are really, really honored to have you on behalf of once again our sponsor, River Comics, We International, IndusTV, and all of us. Thank you so, so very much for sparing your valuable time, sharing your experiences, and giving us all the beautiful tips to all the beauties who are contesting at the age of 22, what you have achieved. All the young girls are always craving for that. So thank you very much for giving that wonderful tips, and see you very, very soon. And all the very best in all your forthcoming projects. God bless you. Dear.
Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Bharat Goradia from V International. Without you, none of this would have been possible. And thank you so much, River Comics, Miss Simran Ahuja, the queen herself, as I always said, and also IndusTV. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here.
That's the amazing story of a princess. As she said, she would like to date Mr. Vivek Oberoi, whose prince created waves all across the masses. It's time for us to say a beauteous goodbye for now to our lovely Manjari Parikh. And Manjari, would you like to do it in the very stylish beauty pageant way, a goodbye to everyone before we see them again?